We are at the biggest flea market in the UK, apparently. However, people do debate that fact quite heavily. But this is the Bath and West one in Somerset, just outside Shepton Mallet. For any people that watch our videos regularly, we have recorded other videos, but quite frankly, I look like a slug in absolutely all of them, so I'm reluctant to put them out. I might, but no slug comments. Okay? Okay. This is normally outside and inside. However, it is raining today. So, can I put my coat on? It is raining today. So I think it's going to be a majority inside. You can get everything here. The flea market, they do an antiques market and a flea market, but you find the flea market has more, you can get newer stuff as well.
Antiques is still something stupid, which is more antiques. It's more
like,
specific.
I would say it's like proper, like specialised dealers.
Yeah, and once again, like they were like tables for like tables which
there is
everything
a
on is like
crossover,
starts with a G and stuff. It's just different.
There is a crossover.
There's some, but I'm saying for us both are good. But like the flea is the way you find, like if you like digging, like picking, like the flea is the one.
However, it is raining, so normally there's loads of outside stalls.
Yeah, it is.
In the summer is the best time to come, but it's obviously the busiest time for other humans coming because it's the summer. So let's see. We'll see.
See what we can see.
We'll see what we can see.
Hope everyone's good. It's Sunday. We're feeling good.
Anyone,
and you know what? It's a day off.
Anyone who wants to know, it's £6 to get in. Children are free. Doggos are free.
I'm with a doggo, but we've got a small one with us today, so you might catch her in the action as well.
Sort of like having a dog.
There she is.
Let's go. Okay.
Oh, that's awkward.
It's literally been half a century since we filmed this video, so this voiceover
several thousand years
is going to be hilarious based on the fact that I don't know what I did, I don't know what happened, and I don't know what I saw.
I can just tell you roughly where we are, but apart from that, I don't know anything about anything.
There's one incident in this video that
hello, sunshine. Who was that?
Me for the rest of my time on the earth. So we'll talk about that. But otherwise, we're just going to enjoy this video with you, and we're going to be like the WWE commentary team.
Give us a locale. Where are we, Bethany? Tonight we're live from.
This is Shepton Mallet.
Okay.
Shepton Mallet in Somerset. It's nestled between Glastonbury and Wells, if you want. They do have a showground. They do the Bath and West.
Nice poster.
Like farmers markety thing.
They've loads of stuff in the Bath and West. Yeah,
there's like some religious festivals here. Download was here once. I don't know. There's been loads of different things.
I'm unsure if that was factual, but I know what you mean.
They do an antiques market and a flea market that rotate around each other. The antiques, you do get the really serious vendors that really know their
gold,
stuff.
silver, watches, etc.
And the flea market, you get a really good mix of furniture, interiors, a little bit of clothing, and there can be like, you know, fun things like jewelry, and there's outside, what do they call it, garden tailor.
Is that a word?
No.
Stuff for the garden? I like that word, though.
But I really want to go out to Malvern Flea Market. Apparently that's one's really good, maybe the biggest in the UK. So if anyone has any ideas on flea markets, especially France, actually, I want to spend the summer in France, literally just doing flea markets and having the time of my life.
I think with this kind of places, what I always find really interesting, and you are very good at doing this, is there are so many different kind of pieces from, especially interior stuff, from different time eras. I think sometimes you take them up the situation they are and put them in a certain setting, and they can look so good.
Now, this is the store of all stores. They had a couple of turnstiles of clothing, vintage football T-shirts, like promotional T-shirts. Most of them were double stitch, some were single, but condition issues, just desirability of them.
Kind of 90s kind of era, though, right?
Yeah.
Recognisably.
Some really fun knits. I really enjoyed doing knits this past winter and whatnot. I mean, one of my most favourite things to sell is handmade and vintage knits. However, as we go into the summer now, less so.
Look at what Bethany spotted.
I did see these. Now, they were under the table, tucked there in that box, and I thought, oh, that's a nice graphic. I'll come back to that later once I've done the knits, because I'm more, you know, I gravitate more to a knit.
Carlsberg Euro 96, tell him.
However, I'm 100% sure I told you to go and look at them, correct?
I think that's probably what happens. Bethany is kind of like the silent but deadly type. She'll kind of work out what's where, and then she sends the in heavy artillery, i.e. me.
I only ever ask a price if I'm desperate, and Austin has wandered off.
That happens quite a lot, though.
I'm that person that will just say yes.
Look at that shape.
If someone says £50, I'll be like, yeah, sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
Do you have any
I-
more at that price? I'd like to
Yeah.
spend maybe more.
So I'm not allowed to actually ask anymore. I've been officially banned from asking people how much things are.
Don't talk. I mean, we've agreed you don't talk.
I don't even hold the money.
That's cool.
Look
Look at the fade. Come on.
That was really cool. I don't know. It wasn't as old as it looked, though.
It wasn't. It was like, I think it was like mid 2000s, early 90s, but
We've also got to
early
get used
2000s.
to not talking over each other again.
I won't do it. And
Okay, so we're in the box. So I have nudged Austin at this point to look in the box, and he pulls out this bang-a-lang-a ding-dong.
look at that. All over print.
You don't have to shout. There's no one else in the room. This is an all-over print Guns N' Roses t-shirt in a really great size. But it didn't stop there, apparently. There was another... What was this one?
The hits kept on coming.
This was Megadeth.
And it's a Megadeth.
With the sleeves cut off. And I actually loved it when people cut off the sleeves, because it means it was worn, it means it was enjoyed, and it means it was, you know, customised to the person's use.
Just to let you know, these t-shirts individually are absolute bangers.
Yeah, we'll be putting the comps across the screen as we look at these. I haven't done it yet because I'm doing a voiceover. Why do you need to know that? And there's another
Look at them.
Guns N' Roses. That was a newer one. She took that out of the mix. Watch her take it in a minute. She wasn't happy. There we go.
Boom.
That was a newer one. We had, what was that band called? Bust? Or anyway, that's Aerosmith.
Yeah, it is. There's so many cool t-shirts here, and I think at this point, the person kind of the store knew exactly what they were. But I think that a few of them kind of went missing. Am I right in saying that?
No, so what happens is they were £30 to £40 a piece, which was completely acceptable price and a really good price. And we were more than happy to pay that on all of these said pieces.
Minimum was going to be 100 a piece, and some of them go for multiple hundreds.
Bush, that's man bush. But what we do is we come to this flea market with no money, and we walk over to the cash point and get our cash out, and then we continue shopping from the... If anyone knows the showground, the cash machine's right at the back, and then we come back through. So we
It's
said
quite
to
far,
the lady,
yes.
we'll go and get some cash out. And when we got back, they had disappeared.
They'd all gone. I actually asked the person with the store, do you have the t-shirts? She went, oh, I think they've all gone. But in like a kind of like a, yeah, they're totally in the back of the van routine. Like, look at the holes. It's amazing.
They had holes. They'd been worn. The best condition ones were if you're looking for like a standard condition.
Look at the back.
Yeah.
Come on. Guys, I haven't seen this footage for probably like 6 months. That's so cool.
The Guns N' Roses ones, and probably the ones that are worth the most. But
Catch. Or make sure you have cash all the time. That's all I can tell you. This is a big, big, big warning from me.
We really scootled the doodle on this one. We really dropped the ball.
The ball was dropped it was from several thousand stories high.
A lot of sellers and vendors at these flea markets do have card machines and do contactless card transactions.
That particular one didn't.
This
Joy.
One didn't. However, I can't.
It hurts looking at this footage. I can't lie to you. All these guys, they were in my hands, and it wasn't about the price. I wasn't even bothered about asking about price. You told me about the price, whether they were fair. I would have paid them.
If anyone who doesn't know and wants to look basically at vintage t-shirts, because there are some people that know the full wackadoodles on them, is a single stitch, because people do ask us. A single stitch is just the line of stitch on the arm and hem, and it sort of in a way dates a t-shirt
more often than not. Yeah, more often than not.
However, new companies are producing t-shirts now with a single stitch, so you need to obviously add other elements when you're looking at t-shirts. Ralph Lauren, for example, does single stitch on their t-shirts. We've seen a lot with a higher end companies do single stitch a lot, so you just have to take that into consideration. However, you can see from these t-shirts, apart from that one, that these are stinking old. They're also print dated. Also, when it comes to print dating, that doesn't necessarily age the t-shirt, it ages the print. So sometimes you can have newer t-shirts that have like a 90s print date on, but it's a trademark on the actual graphic itself.
Also, with stuff like this, you can see the kind of wear and the tear, right? And you can falsify that if you're really trying to, but most people, like more often than not, that's not the case. People have been known to print kind of these kind of prints, not the particularly over like that, but basic tees on old school t-shirts, so kind of you match the two. Get that off there. But however, once again, I would say 9 times out of 10, if you see a t-shirt in this state, it would be genuine to the era, right?
On a very side note, Austin's boots are Red Wing. Those are great to look out on the secondhand market. Just saying, even if they are battered to death, because people buy them for a lot of money battered. So we put
Any size 8s, hit me up.
We put them back under the table to walk to the cash point, and that was the end of that story. So probably
Do we go back in this video? Do we have footage of going back?
Probably.
That'll
we have
make me cry.
recently found a whole other bundle of t-shirts, which maybe I'll insert a picture of. So we did redeem ourselves.
Yep.
We looked at comps on the way to the.
That's that one shirt, which is how much?
$300.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, the vintage t-shirt market, band t-shirts, especially in America, is a lot bigger.
I'm just going to say now, that's our third phone. That's the Whatnot phone. And that thing, honestly, I have no words.
But you probably would have had a happy like 150 at least, surely. But yeah, so on the way to the cash point as we speak, I don't want to talk about it. That's the end of that story. But we did find some recently, and that's okay. And maybe someone else got those, and they're having the best time of their life.
Have cash with you at all time, guys, because once again, I don't actually think they were bought. I think you put them away, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, they were all gone. Like all of them were gone. And maybe someone did buy them up, but it was the kind of the look and kind of, oh yeah, no, I think they've all gone. Now, if you just sold all those, you know they're gone. Simples.
She also asked if we listened to the bands.
My face at that point. No, I'm happy to say I don't have to act like I do. I don't. There's like maybe
Welcome to the jungle.
There's maybe 2 Nirvana songs I know in my entire life.
There was no Nirvana t-shirts there.
Yes, there was.
Yeah, but that was a new one. We weren't getting that one.
Why you gotta be like that for?
Well, I'm just saying.
Guns N' Roses.
I like Guns N' Roses. Axl Rose is cute.
Next.
Not now.
What have we got here?
So this is the kind of stuff in general that you see. I'm not going to sit here and say anything other than I have no idea what I'm looking at.
This footage is mad erratic as well, just to say.
It's fun, isn't it, though?
Yeah, it is.
But I do personally like a bit of mid-century modern. I like the sort of 1980s, 1970s, stainless steel curves, maybe even a pop of pastel. But I left all this footage
pastel,
so everyone else could have a look. So I thought, that's a nice thing to do.
Let me know if there's anything you particularly see in these videos that you enjoy, or you think, why the hell didn't you buy that? Put in the comments, please. I find it so interesting because once again, we are predominantly clothing sellers.
I don't know what I was looking at here, but it was probably something
very cute. Yeah, always.
I like the tablecloth though. I thought that was an absolute vibe of a stall.
100%. It's letting you know what kind of time era we're dealing with, right?
I'm genuinely. I like this is the kind of style that I like, if anyone cares. This is the kind of thing that I go for. We have 2 side tables at home, actually, very similar to that.
Yeah, we do.
I looked them up after I put the comp here. They were Italian, what's the word?
Glass?
Designer.
Yeah, design. Yeah, fair.
We've got 2 very similar 90s IKEA ones, and last time they were selling for about 150 a piece for IKEA ones from the 90s.
I think we picked those up for about 20 quid.
I got them on Facebook Marketplace, I think.
There you go.
Because they were IKEA, so I think someone just thought,
honestly, this makes this flea market look very kind of dreary. I can't lie, because the weather. It 100% does. In the summer, this thing bangs. By the way, this is busy for winter, but in the summer, it is crazy the amount of people. Right?
I think it was raining. I actually think we got in free to this one because it was so late.
I think and once again, we live maybe 20 minutes from there, but I do find the traders can go in early. I think that's right. Or you can pay to go in early. Is that correct?
You can pay to go in early. So you can pay about 30 quid last time I did it.
Yeah.
To go in early as a buyer who's a trader. Does that make sense?
I just thought that Brussels and Bromley thing was really cool.
I thought it'd be really cool in a hallway or something. Not I would straddle it and take off my shoes. Would you?
Straddle.
Well, you have to straddle. You're going to sit sideways on it, do you? This store over here was actually a silent assassin.
Oh, here she comes. You knew what she was doing with a blue coat on. She knew what she was doing. Watch this.
It was actually very good.
She's actually very nice as well.
I got to look on tables more. I feel like that's my kryptonite. I don't look on tables enough.
No, fair play.
So this was a single rail, as we can see here, describing it very well. On the end is this Sweeney Todd cast members t-shirt. It's a hat. It's a freaking hat, man.
It's a cap, for God's sake. Baseball cap.
Is it newer tags?
It is dead stock.
2007 Sweeney Todd with I was about to say Orlando Depp, Johnny Depp.
It's a crew cap.
Helen Bowen Carter.
Yeah.
Great film. You ever seen it?
You like her, don't you?
I do indeed, yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Beatrice Lestrange. We did buy that. It's a crew hat. I find that crew hats normally do quite well, don't they? If it's a promotional bit of merch.
Yeah, they do.
The crew hat. There was a Mulberry shirt. There was some Zanga shirts there too. Zanga shirts had seen better days. I'm not picking up a lot of Mulberry at the moment because I just get too much of it. I know it sounds so silly.
We see a lot so that the value is kind of not lost, but specifically clothing and men's as well.
This is 1990s Jil Sander. And if you ever see the Jil Sander label with the red cross on the end, that sort of makes it look like a collaboration with Target.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just old
Pick it
Jil
up.
Sander. I do talk about Jil Sander at the end, so I don't know how much I say, so I'm going to keep it on the down low. We did buy that jacket. Now,
Not that one, the Jil Sander we
can
talked
I
about.
remember how much I paid for it? Absolutely
Not a clue.
This is a Grenfell quilted piece.
Yeah, it is indeed.
And they specialise in what, like outdooring, shooting,
In general, like, hunting stuff.
country wear.
Country, yeah, exactly that. Country wear, I would say. Well, most of that stuff goes for great money, but that was actually priced up too. Yeah, you're showing the label there. You are showing the label.
But I do talk about it then. I do talk about it. And Jil Sander, by the way, was bought by Prada. Jil Sander is the creative director for Uniqlo. I'm going to repeat this information. I know it at the end of the video.
But you know what? Enjoy it. Watch.
And when you see J Plus on Uniqlo pieces, it's because she can't use her name because her name, a trademark, it's owned by Prada.
There you go.
Prada
Once again,
is-
another reason to look at this piece personally is the shape. Although this is kind of years and years and years old, the shape is very contemporary of now. That kind of wide sleeve and that double pocket.
All that utilitarian, that couture, and it also has a little bit of a military-esque vibe as well. I
Exactly.
think. I will say
There was a real
what's the thing?
sight in then. Austin getting out actual cash.
I know, crazy. I was going to say as well, Prada, for anyone who doesn't know, is still a family-owned business and one of the only fashion houses that is still predominantly owned by the family.
They also own Miu Miu, correct?
Miu Miu is technically the sister brand. This is a 1990s, early 2000 Mulberry label, and it relates to their team in sport range, which was introduced by Roger Soule, who was also one of the first people to race a Tesla in the UK. And he he brought a collection forward to Mulberry. He was the owner and founder, by the way, that specialised in like yacht wear, racing, car racing, hunting.
I can't swear on this,
sportsman.
but rich people, you know what? Basically, yeah. Rich
Yeah,
people
like
shit.
rich people sporting endeavours.
Yep. We'll go with that, shall we?
However, what I was going to say is if you find the bags from that era, they're really cool because a lot of them were like North Face looking.
Oh, we had
they
the
were all,
sailing
like,
one. Yes, I
sealed.
remember.
Yeah, they were all sealed so you could throw them in the water and stuff. Look, this is a great example of there being new stuff.
Skateboard stuff. That's
New
really
stuff.
cool, right? Yeah, exactly that. So once again, when you walk in, it looks very kind of, oh, what the heck was that? Maggie D's.
I like the cherry jeans.
Like what I'm saying is that this is fun contemporary stuff, and what you find a lot of the time with clothes, and I'm guessing this is the case as well. A lot of the sellers, like there was a chap with amazing, if you remember the last time, loads of denim jackets. They was his own. They were his own. He would sell his own. What I'm saying is he's not a clothing seller, but he sells his own clothes at the store.
There was a dog in a pram.
I saw it. I don't want to move. I don't want to talk about it. That's
it.
why you kept that in, because otherwise this footage is mental.
I just wanted to show the variety of stuff. Like, if you're into this kind of thing, it's cool to see.
I mean it, but put in the comments if you see something like wow, like just
and
tell
I
us.
refuse to put elevator music over any video. I can't do it because I just end up sitting there going.
That's not elevator music. Let's just make sure everyone knows
Or
that.
we could do like a country pursuit. That was
No, it's not country pursuit at all. But I feel you. We could add some music later or not at all.
trinkets. I call this the trinket section. Paperweights, picture frames, chair. That chair was gorgeous. Another example of Italian craftsmanship, I do suggest.
I want to say to any salespeople of any kind, no matter if you're on the outside of these stores in the you know what rain, please feel free to smile and look welcoming, because you know what, a lot of people just look downright pissed off.
Well, it's raining.
So don't go.
I thought this was good. It says next door Shepton Flea on the back of the fan.
Love that.
Yeah, I would have done that.
Iconic.
Fun thing to do, wouldn't it?
You so much so you've gone back multiple times, and now you're going to take a picture of it, which I don't believe you ever posted.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, so good. You're so rude. This is why we start doing voiceover clips, because honestly, they say never work with children, animals, or Austin. That's actually in the like guidelines to life.
To life.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to see a copy of this. Whoa, she was evil.
I find these stores really fun. A lot of vintage. If you're into like true vintage or Y2K stuff, this is the place to be. It's not so much our demographic that was sick. I probably would have worn that, like it's hand painted.
That was nice.
But you have to rummage. Prices obviously are higher than what a classical boot sale or even Vinted. It'll be like retail prices, and you do have to have a good dig. But it is worth it. We have found some really great pieces at these events, and we found some Halloween jogpers.
Yeah, we did. I remember that. And they were really, 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 really reasonable, yeah.
Yeah. We found Kenzo Jungle.
Look at that.
So it just depends what you're looking for and how much time you would want to invest in railing. But normally it's very good. I think that's Dolce & Gabbana, right?
Can you even say railing?
Railing?
Yeah, can you say that?
Going through the rails.
Yeah, D&G.
Dolce & Gabbana.
With a camo flex.
Early 2000s. I was about to say that's a Welsh knit. It was given Welsh knit though, wasn't it?
It's given it, yeah, it was.
That's the sort of thing you'll find. There is a stall around the front of the fair. I don't think it was here on that occasion. Oh, that's nice quilted jacket.
That is nice, yeah, that is nice.
Ooh, that specialises in Welsh tapestry knits and blankets and coats if you're into that sort of thing.
W Town holding it down.
You can also get luxury handbags at this event. Just
Wales
so
is not a
knows.
town, it's a country.
A lot of Mulberry. Austin found the spandex mem.
They're not spandex. They wear spandex. These men particularly are rubber or hard plastic or even resin. But, you know, if you'd like to take the mic off from me, at least get your facts right.
The wrestling dolls.
Oh, we're going dolls, are we?
Yeah, we're going dolls.
We're having words. They're action figures, god damn it!
I don't think that was necessary, Austin. So there is a good variety of items if you're looking for wrestling figures or any figures in general. They do have stalls to cater to all your needs. And if you're taking small children, then you might be able to bribe them. That's a whole box of Playmobil, people. Couldn't you think of anything better? I couldn't.
I cannot.
This is the inside. So if you're not looking for any outside action, you can pop inside. And inside tends to be what I would classify as the higher echelon.
Yeah, I agree.
So this is the jewellery, watches, fine, you know, what's the word?
I look at everything.
Fine art.
Yeah. Do you know, I would actually say, if nothing else, the people who don't want to get wet and their stuff wet, because obviously it sounds funny, some things can be outside without a problem, and these things couldn't be. So once again, it just depends on what you're selling.
And we also have to cater to Austin's watch addiction.
We don't need to
this
talk
was
about it.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful,
gorgeous.
right?
Varsity jacket. I believe it was over 100, was it?
Yeah, it was over 100.
Paintings. They do have a Oliver Nut stall if you're into snacks.
That's not a brand. Oliver Nuts isn't a brand. It's olives and nuts Bethany's talking about.
I love olives and nuts. Has anyone ever had an olive with almond in it?
I have not. Is it something I should try?
Oh, I can't find them anywhere. I had them in
the comments if you've done the double doozy.
I had them in Gibraltar and they were so yummy.
Gibraltar. So random.
This store, was this my favourite store?
Probably not.
No,
this was the bag. There was a lot of clothing on this one, I think. Was it not?
Oh, maybe it was.
I don't know.
No,
why are we talking? It wasn't hers, that's for sure.
This is gorgeous. It's got hens, tulips, feathers on it. It's by Lucy Wilmot and it does hit 3 figures.
LW, talk to us.
And there was no money in it for me to resell. However, that was a beautiful, beautiful cardigan. We got a Missoni caftan.
You never miss with Missoni.
I saw one of those for 200, I believe, in a multicolour
Just
pattern.
over 200, yeah.
You're looking, when you look for Missoni, I do find the zigzags classic, iconic knit from
the
that's
company.
It. Sells the very best. But that is technically from their beach collection for anyone who wants
it was a lot newer as well. It wasn't necessarily vintage either.
It's very light. Yeah, that's a newer piece.
Yeah.
But this store had some of the best. Look at it.
Like the shape. Like, I can't even talk.
And I found a couple of bangers along the back row, which I'll show you in a minute. And then one was Yves Saint Laurent 1980s
Oh, yes. I remember now.
Jumpsuit, which we'll see in a minute. And I found a pair of Laura Ashley 1990s, 1980s vintage piece, Dungers.
Dungarees.
I've never seen Dungers.
Not from Laura Ashley, no.
From Laura Ashley before. I don't know if I'm just like living under a rock. You probably seen them.
All the Laura Ashley guys are like your douchebags. Of course they do. But we're saying what we have seen previously.
I've never seen any dungarees like in the flesh. And these were needle cord.
There they are. Look at them. Look at them.
Striped.
Is that pin? Oh, it's needle cord, right? There was a pinstripe almost.
Dying?
Yeah, the colours are vibed. Wow, there's a wide leg to it as well.
I couldn't find any on eBay to do a comp. This was a couple of months ago though. So maybe I'll have a look. And if I could find something, I'll put it on the screen. But they were like balloon legs.
That's what I'm saying. That width on that thigh. Look at it.
Dungarees.
It looks like a dress that someone's like stitched through the centre to give the trouser.
Where is it? Made in Portugal or Great Britain? One of the two. Needle cord, balloon dungarees. Once again, this store, there wasn't enough room for me
No, you need to
resell.
stop talking right now. Look at it. Just look at that thing.
Yves Saint Laurent. I found the equivalent.
Come on.
I found the equivalent dress. and that sold for 300.
Did we buy this?
No, 150 they wanted for the jumpsuit.
And it was worth every
I think you could have doubled, but it would have been a weight.
The thing is, this is really, really cool, right? It's wicked colours, wicked era. It's obviously of the era and is high luxury end brand. The issue is, like you just said, though, as much as people can appreciate it, it's not for everyone. So as regards sales...
This piece, I love it. It's the most beautiful thing, hand embroidered on the wall jacket, open front. And I actually saw it in one of my favourite vintage shops in Hastings, Bobby and Dandy, and
Shout
they had
Bobby
the
and
exact jacket for sale. I can't remember how much.
Interesting.
It was just under 100, I think, but they had that one there. I also found this Laura Ashley dress. I think this was only 20. I probably should have picked it up. Look at the pattern.
Look at the colours. Once again, guys, like, don't get me wrong, some of these dresses, shout out the people who, you know, deal day in, day out with Laura Ashley vintage stuff, because some of these dresses aren't only visually bangers, but you can get, like, this is a market, flea market. You'd expect price to be high. 20 quid. You wouldn't get that in a charity shop for £20 nowadays. You just wouldn't. So there are steals and deals to be had.
I mean, depends what charity shop you're going in.
You take my point though. A nice dress from any brand, never mind something like that, is you know, it's 10, 15 quid nowadays. That's what I'm trying to say.
What I'm saying is I think there's opportunities to source everywhere now.
But it's interesting to see this as a different kind of way to source. I mean,
because a lot of people that do markets and dealers that do markets like this don't necessarily do eBay. Some do, obviously.
Yeah, you're right. Actually,
not everyone.
In Portobello Road from years and years
new. It's an original Sunny Angel.
That's so cool, right?
It's not. I made that.
But it's so cool though, right?
It does.
Nonetheless, it really does.
Yeah.
Years and years ago, when we used to do Portobello Road Market, the amount of people, we were still doing online as well at the time, but so many people didn't do online. They were just like, no, we're just doing the markets. It was so amazing to me. But I guess it is just what you do. As simple as that. It's how you work your business.
Well, it's just like we've been doing live selling for the last year and a half, and we haven't done anything else.
True story.
Just because you're busy.
Selfish mother. Shout out Molly. Let's go.
Molly lives in the...
She's local. She's local.
I won't tell you what she lives.
If you know Selfish Mother, they were kind of the iconic kind of mama and sister and brother jumpers.
Why do you say mama like that?
Because visually, although it's mama, it doesn't look like mama with a. It looks like a mama.
Right, okay. It's a mama jumper.
Why are you going to do that to me?
So this was a great store. This had a mixture of high street brands.
I'm going to put a picture up and say in the comments, is it mama or mama?
No one's going to say mama. Mama.
They might. That's what it says. Mama. Mama.
No one says mama.
Sound like you remember the little dinosaur from Dinosaurs? Mama.
Yeah, he's a mama, didn't he?
Yeah.
This store was, high street. So I think, I'm not sure if they were set prices. Sometimes I see at these events that you have like a set price, like this rail is £10, this rail is £20, this rail is £30. Right. I guess it makes it easier for the vendor. However, I guess you could just...
But I promise you, whatever I pick out of that rail, which says everything for £10, oh, that one's 16.
I love waistcoats. I love the waistcoat trend, and no one appreciates it on Whatnot. And I'm calling out all my Whatnot customers that don't appreciate my waistcoats.
Why don't you like our waistcoats? Waistcoats bang. Also, I would say if a male or female, they can shape you like nothing else can shape you. A wicked waistcoat with a good strap on the back. Believe that.
I'd love to have a waistcoat that fit me. I can't find one that's like the length I want. Now, the camera work does cut out here because I'm a terrible person. I've had my camera on all day and the battery goes. But this was a whole store of Levi jeans and all the things are being cut out, but they were salvage.
And some of them were older pieces as well. They were banging. Yes, it cut out. Yes, I want to cry. Yes, I could have spoke hours about that content. But you know what? Instead, let's just watch Bethany's boots.
We came late. We're fully aware that we came late because we never like to come when it first starts because there's like queues around. Like half the town, but they are packing up.
Pretty much every year since we've come. Right? That's a new thing, yeah.
But they are packing up early today.
The weather is shocking though. It's freezing.
Things are getting damp, I guess.
It's like you can tell.
It's like precipitation. How's it?
Precipitation
in the air.
Yeah, there's moisture in the air.
We did get a Jil. Oh goodness! We did get a Jil Sander and a Oliver Sweeney. Nope, Sweeney Todd. We'll show you in the car. But we are abandoning ship. If this is the most awful video in the world, it's 10 minutes of awful. That's all you have to do. Just like it, comment, be my bestie. What?
Tell us if you saw anything that you would have picked up if you're like either an everything seller or clothing seller or any kind of seller. Was there anything fun that you saw?
Rate it out of 10 though.
5.
Oh god.
Ooh, which was quite high. You rated it?
Yeah, well, I would have rated it lower, but we're on video, so yeah.
Call this segment Show and Tell with Austin. Your nose is abnormally red because you're so cold.
I look like Rudolph. Okay, we got this. I mean,
I didn't know you got that. You were hiding it in that hat the whole time.
I hid it. I have one, but he's in better condition. Say less. Anyway, Sweeney makes you smell good.
Sweeney Todd. We probably wouldn't have got this, but it's actually a crew hat, and the crew hats are really cool.
And it's
Can you
dead
stop
stock.
getting so close to me? It's like
It's dead stock too. I forget how.
yeah, it's got that like weird like tag. Show the inside tag.
I'll show you now. What that?
Yeah, I just thought it was cool because it was filmed. I'll put the comps up if there are any comps. Right now, go back, stand back. Not that far. For this jacket.
What this?
I'm going to ponder this. Now, this is Jil Sander. No, stay still for a little bit longer.
All right,
I just
here.
talk, please. Right. This is Jil Sander. We all know Jil Sander. We all love and know Jil Sander. However, this is an old tag. We've got some writing here. Stop it. We've got some writing here. C. Ness. Who's he? And then we've got the plus, which, you know, in modern times we have the Target collaborations. But this isn't giving Target. This is giving, like, Red Cross.
It's also very military, like the actual, back a minute, up my nose.
It's in Bumwell.
It's in Bumwell. Like, it's very, 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 like...
Military.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel old, I'll be honest.
I think it's like a surplus range. We're doing guesses because I'm going to put in all the information. You might have already seen it in the video. You might be seeing it extra.
That's older, right?
This is old, yeah. And it's like a military style coat.
Which I think is quite interesting. Yeah, it is. But I think it's quite interesting because a lot of people think of Jil Sander like the new kind of like big box logos and stuff.
Well, I
like
have
logo
to
made and
say,
stuff, which obviously is popular now.
we normally do a bit better at these kind of events, but people were packing up literally the second we went in.
We didn't actually pay to go in.
No. So I think
usually
in the
$5 each.
winter, my opinion is come early. In the summer, it doesn't even stop in the summer because it's just like bussing. I said bussing.
Yeah, it was fact. I don't want to do it. No.
What are you going to
say?
say?
I'm better than that.
It's normally I would say it's normally 4 times the size it was today in the summer. Yeah?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
I'm really cold.
Just say how you feel, Austin.
I'm really cold.
Got that. Got a jacket and got a wrestler apparently.
Say no more.